My child, stop scrolling. This moment, yes, this very second, is not random. You are meant to hear my voice right now, because tonight I am beginning a sacred transformation within you, one that cannot wait. What you're about to hear carries the keys to peace you've been begging for, to healing your soul has been starving for, to the strength you forgot you had. But if you turn away too soon, you may miss the whisper that changes everything. Stay. Listen until the final word. For by the end of this message, you will no longer be the same. I am calling you into your new season, and it begins now. This is a moment of revelation, a divine awakening, a summons to step into a new journey, one that was written for you long before you were ever formed in your mother's womb. Do you know this? In heaven, your ancestors, those who walked before you, who believed, who loved, have spoken your name in unison. In the overwhelming joy of divine unity, they have mentioned you with anticipation and unspeakable delight, not because you are perfect, but because they see what I am about to accomplish through you. They have witnessed the light beginning to rise within you, a light not born of this world, but from the eternal source of all light. They were not mistaken, nor am I, in choosing you. The moment you are living now is part of a divine design woven by my wise hands to bring you ever closer to the sacred destiny I have set apart for you. This is more than an invitation. It is a calling from my very heart. I do not see you as a mere speck among the masses. I see you as an indispensable part of the grand narrative of my kingdom. A new chapter is opening, and I desire you to be its central character. My dear child, I have seen your silent tears, the moments you thought you were forgotten, the dark nights when your soul ached with unanswered questions. But you didn't know. Every tear has been cradled by me. Every sigh has echoed before my throne as the purest of prayers. I have never left your side, not once. Even in my silence, I have been working behind the scenes for your eternal good. The reason I call you today is not because of your strength, your skill, or your worthiness by the world's standards. It is because I see in you a heart willing to be softened, a soul still fragile, yet thirsting for truth, always reaching for something greater than itself. And that very longing has touched me. Do you realize that it is in your weakest moments that I am closest to you? Not to rebuke you, but to embrace you, to heal you, and to lift you up into a new identity. Your name, no longer hidden among the crowds, has been declared aloud like a banner, a heavenly mark. You are chosen, not by worldly criteria, but by my eternal decree. What you once considered random was, in truth, a vital link in a chain of love I've been weaving quietly through your life. The detours, the losses, even the things you once resented, they are all being used by me to compose a perfect symphony in which your life's psalm will echo between heaven and earth. Lift up your head. Do not let old beliefs, past failures, or the accusations of others hinder what I intend to do through you. What I give cannot be taken by human hands because it flows from a place no one can touch, from my very heart. I want you to walk forward with the certainty that you are loved unconditionally, called by a new name, and guided by a hand that will never let go. From this moment on, do not see life merely through the lens of logic or fear. Look with eyes of faith. You are not alone in this journey. Heaven walks with you. Promises I planted in your heart long ago are now beginning to bloom. Do not hesitate to move forward, because every step you take now is not without meaning. It follows a path written in the love and eternal will of my heart. My child, this is not just a fleeting moment. It is a divine marking, a sacred point where heaven and earth meet, where your heart becomes my dwelling. And from here, a new story begins. A story in which you are the witness, the bearer of light, the voice to a generation that longs to know there is one who loves them unconditionally, who has heard them in their darkest nights, just as I have heard you. Now walk not by striving, but by trusting, not because you are strong, but because I am your unshakable refuge. You are the chosen one, the precious jewel in my hand, and now I call you. Live as a response to this sacred calling, for your name has been engraved not on stone, but upon my heart, where nothing can erase it. And I will fulfill every word I have spoken. O my beloved child, in the holy stillness between heaven and earth, when all earthly sounds fall silent, I hear something more sacred any hymn ever sung. It is the sound of your name, echoing not from worldly lips, but from eternity, where your ancestors rest in the eternal light of my presence. Those who walked before you, who lived by faith, who endured, who hoped, and now rest in my glory, have declared your name in unison, a sacred proclamation before my throne of majesty. Do you think this is mere coincidence? That your name being spoken in the heavens is something trivial, accidental? No, my child. Nothing in your life is random in my eyes. Every breath you take, every tear that falls, every cry you've uttered in loneliness, I remember them all. And that moment when your name was spoken in the heavenly realm was a sacred moment, ordained by my love and eternal wisdom. It was a point of intersection between the visible and invisible, where destiny meets the present, where what I ordained for you before time began begins to arise more clearly than ever. You are not simply surviving day by day. You carry a legacy of faith passed down by your ancestors, a legacy of prayer, of unwavering devotion, unknown to the world, but eternally inscribed by me. Those beloved ones in heaven, those who loved you, taught you, interceded for you in secret, see you not merely through memory, but through a vision lit by eternity. They are no longer bound by time or earthly limitations. They see you not just as you are now, but as you are in the fullness of the purpose I have written for you. They behold the whole picture. While you may only see scattered brushstrokes, they see the tapestry of your life being woven. Every thread, every hue, every seemingly insignificant detail, forming a masterpiece that reflects my glory. Sometimes you look at your life and see only chaos, a tangled mess of threads without harmony, without form. You see failure, regret, choices you wish you could undo. But from where I dwell, from where the light never fades, I and those who've gone before you see something different. I see a work of art being shaped, where even the threads you thought were mistakes are being used to highlight the central theme, my love for you and my plan that cannot be destroyed. They see the wounds you carry, those unspeakable hurts, the silent pains etched deep over the years, but they do not see you as broken. They see you being restored. They see the storms you've endured, but their gaze is not fixed on the winds or the floods. It is fixed on your resilience, a strength that doesn't come from within, but from the one who lives within you. And they rejoice because they know that what I have begun in you, I will never leave unfinished. I am the faithful one who not only begins, but brings to completion every purpose I have declared. Know this, my child, the presence of your ancestors in my kingdom is not an end, but a continuation, a living testimony that the legacy of faith never dies. They went before you not only to complete their own journey, but to become part of the great cloud of witnesses surrounding you each day. Hebrews 12:1. They are there not as indifferent spectators, but as intercessors, encouragers, standing at the sidelines of your race with eyes full of hope. They speak to me of you with boundless love. They do not recount your failures, but your potential. They do not dwell on what you have lost, but on what you are about to receive. They do not see you fallen, but rising, your feet firmer, your faith deeper, your heart refined in the fire of trials. And the most wonderful thing is this: I see you the same way. I see you, my child, not just the child of yesterday, not merely the one wrestling in the present, but the person of tomorrow, standing in the fullness of my promise. I see you healed. I see you on the mountaintop, morning light illuminating your face. I see you lifting others with the same mercy you once received. I see you using your wounds as a testimony of my love, the love that restored you, the love that held you when you thought you couldn't go on. This moment, dear one, is not a coincidence. It is a time I have appointed. This is the turning point where your faith will become more real than ever. I do not promise that you will never be hurt, but I promise you will never be alone. I do not say you will never stumble, but I say my hand is always ready to lift you up. I do not love you because you are perfect. I love you even in your imperfection, and it is this very love that will transform you. Remember this, my beloved child. Every time you choose love while in pain, every time you choose faith in the midst of doubt, every time you take a step forward though unsure, heaven trembles with awe. Every small act of faith is a step toward the destiny I have prepared. And every prayer you whisper in the silence of the night, when no one else hears, is remembered in heaven as sweet incense rising to my throne. Your loved ones, your grandparents, parents, and kindred souls now at rest, they know this. They speak your name unceasingly in that holy place. And I, the one who called them home, am also calling you forward, not toward death, but into a life more abundant, deeper, and more glorious. A life not merely of survival, but of revelation. A life that reveals me, the one who lives in you and will never leave you. Let your heart be stirred by this truth. You do not walk alone. All of heaven moves with you. All of creation bears witness to what I am doing through your life. And every step you take, whether small or trembling, is guided by an eternal hand. The same hand that formed the stars is the hand that now holds you, my child. This is the moment to step out of the shadows of doubt. This is the hour to embrace a new vision, not one limited by experience, but one expanded by revelation. Because you are not just part of history, you are the one continuing the story of my kingdom on this earth. And you will never be alone. Never. Stand firm. Lift your head high, for the light of glory draws near. And what you are living today, these very moments, will one day be recounted in eternity as testimony that my love is real, and that those who put their trust in me will never be put to shame. For I am the one who heard your name spoken, and I will not remain silent. I will act, and I will fulfill what I have purposed for you with my own loving hand from eternity. My beloved child, those who have gone before you, those souls now living in the unending light of my presence, look upon your life not with pity, but with joy and profound expectation. They do not merely know where you are. They see your every step, every trial you endure, every burden you bear, every inner battle you fight in silence. And most of all, they see what awaits you ahead. Victories already written, miracles blooming in what once seemed like barren places in your soul. They see you fighting not because you are fearless, but because you choose to stand firm despite your fear. They see you fall, yet rise again, not because you are strong, but because you refuse to give up. They see you walking through dark places where no way forward is visible, but even there, they see my light still shining. They see me there, not standing at a distance, but walking with you through every stretch, every storm, every long season of dryness. And they see, with eyes lit by eternity, the seeds of faith you have sown in silence. No one sees your prayers during weary days. No one sees you offering goodness to others when your own heart feels empty. No one witnesses those moments when you chose forgiveness while your heart still bled. But they see, and I see, those small seeds, those seemingly invisible acts, those quiet but courageous steps are sprouting beneath the surface in silence, in darkness, in the place where only faith can see. They rejoice, not because everything is easy, but because they know a great harvest is coming. A harvest not measured by achievement or the praise of men, but by the fruit born within, maturity, steadfastness, transformation that only my love can bring. They hear your whispered words, prayers spoken softly in the dead of night. When all others sleep, when loneliness crashes like waves, they see your tears unwiped, unknown. Yet those very tears are the ones I collect, the ones heaven remembers. Not one whisper of yours is in vain. Not one upward glance in hope is ignored by me. And in the moments when you feel closest to collapse, they see you still holding on to hope. A hope not rooted in circumstance, not dependent on human comfort, but anchored in the one who never changes. You clung to me when everything else fell away. You believed when there was nothing to prove it. You loved when nothing came back to you. And that, yes, that is what makes heaven rejoice, because it is the mark of a soul not broken but reborn in my presence. They know, as I do, that your journey is not finished. The final page is not yet written. They do not see an ending in you, but a new beginning. They see you being prepared like a refiner placing raw gold into the fire, not to destroy but to purify. They see you being led through the wilderness, not to die of thirst, but to discover a well that never runs dry. I know, and they know that you have asked, have I gone the wrong way? I know you've wanted to turn back, to give up. But every time you chose to stay, to go on, even by one small step, heaven rose in triumph. For in each of those little decisions, there was faith, the kind more precious than gold, the kind that shakes the throne of heaven. My child, hear this. What you are enduring today will not be forgotten. Every tear, every sleepless night, every silent sacrifice is a seed sown for a bountiful harvest. I am the one who sees all, knows all, and remembers every small detail of your journey. Nothing within you is wasted when placed in my hands. Let your heart be lifted by the truth that you are not abandoned. You are surrounded by witnesses, souls who have gone before and who now, together with me, are watching over you with a love too vast to describe. They are saying, keep going, do not give up, you are near. The dawn is breaking, the harvest is ready, and I, your Creator, declare this: what no eye has seen, what no ear has heard, what no human mind has conceived, the things I have prepared for those who love me. 1 Corinthians 2:9. So, my child, walk on, not because you understand everything, but because you know the one who walks beside you is faithful. Continue sowing in tears, for you shall reap in joy. Keep praying even when no one seems to hear, for I hear. Keep hoping even when all else crumbles, because hope in me is a living hope. And remember, your story is not over. You are only in the midst of the journey, a journey whose ending will be more radiant than anything you've ever imagined. They know it, I know it, and you too will know it, in the resurrected life flowing through you each day. For I, the one who began your story, will be the one who writes its glorious ending, and it will be beautiful, triumphant, and full of glory, not for your praise, but so that through your life, my name will be lifted high forever. Your name echoes through the sacred halls of eternity, not because you are flawless, nor because you are without fault or failure, but because I have chosen you. You were not called by your perfection, but by a divine imprint no one can erase. You belong to me. Among the countless souls who have walked this earth, I have set my eyes on you with an everlasting love, steadfast as my very life. You are a masterpiece crafted by my own hand, not from a common mold, but shaped uniquely, purposefully, and lovingly. You are not a product of chance or fate. Every cell in you, every beat of your heart, every flicker of light in your soul bears my fingerprints. You are a living work of art infused with the breath of the Creator, a reflection of me in a chaotic world. To me, you are not just a small being in a vast universe. You are the apple of my eye, That means you dwell in the most tender, most guarded part of me. When someone wounds you, I feel it. When your heart breaks, I do not simply know, I ache with you. Not from a distance, not as a cold observer, but as a father cradling his weeping child in his arms. My love for you does not depend on your circumstances or emotional state. It does not extinguish when you fail. It does not weaken when you doubt. It does not vanish when you go astray. It is a persistent, unchanging love, unaffected by how you feel today, unmoved by the mistakes of your past. I do not love you more when you get things right, nor do I love you less when you fall. My love is not measured by behavior. It flows from my unchanging nature. My child, I have called you not with a generic cry among the crowd, but by your very name. I know your name, not only the name given by men, but the name I engraved on the palm of my hand before the dawn of time. When I call, it is the call of recognition, of affirmation, of a bond that cannot be severed. You are mine, not just because you believe in me, but because I have chosen you and redeemed you at the highest price, my own life. No force can snatch you from my hand. No voice, whether it be your past, your fear, your wounds, or the world's judgment, can separate you from the truth that you belong to me. Even when you do not feel it, the truth remains. Whether you walk through darkness, whether you sink in valleys of despair, whether you turn away in doubt, I remain. I am still there, waiting, calling, and looking at you with eyes full of mercy. You do not need to strive for a place in my heart. That place is already yours. I did not choose you because you were good enough, but because I am good. I did not wait for you to become worthy before drawing near. I came near to make you worthy. My love is the beginning, the foundation, and the launching point for your life, your courage, your rising, your calling. So do not let condemnation, whether from outside or within, cloud this truth. Do not let your past tell you what you cannot do. Do not let your present cause you to doubt who you belong to. Your name has been proclaimed in eternity. No one can erase that. No enemy can dim your true identity. You are the one I love. You are the one I keep. You are the one I have called, chosen, and will use to reveal my glory. Let this truth take root in you. Let it become your very breath each day. No matter what happens, no matter how you feel, remember you are not forgotten. You are not nameless. You are not lost. You have been called by name. You have been redeemed by blood. You have been placed in this world with a purpose that cannot be destroyed. And above all, you are mine, forever and always. Nothing in heaven or on earth or in the deepest corners of your heart can change that. For I am the Lord of your soul, the one who loves you more than you have ever known and always will, forever unchanging. Ah, my beloved child, there is a deep and powerful truth that today I long for you to engrave into the very depths of your heart. You have never and will never be alone. I know there are days when you feel lost, surrounded by many, yet your heart feels empty. I know there are nights when you lie awake, staring into the dark, filled with questions that have no answers. I know, because I was there in the very moment you thought no one cared anymore, that everyone had left, even that I was silent. I was there. I never left you. From the moment you cried your first cry in this world, I was there. Every hesitant step, every early fall, every silent tear, I saw them all. You may not see me with your eyes, but that does not mean I am absent. I am the presence in silence. I am the gentle breeze that brushes your soul when you need comfort. I am the drop of water that falls into your desert of sorrow at just the right time. I am the warmth in winter's cold. I am the invisible embrace that holds you when you think you are breaking. No moment of yours is too small for me. No sigh escapes my notice. No prayer, however faint or whispered, goes unheard. I have walked with you every step through times when you knew and even when you did not. The wrong turns you thought would ruin everything. I was there transforming brokenness into healing. The dark seasons when you felt lost, I was the quiet light that kept you from the pit. I am the God who sees you, not just your appearance, but the depths of who you are. The parts you hide, the wounds still open, the longings never spoken. No one understands you as completely as I do. No one sees you as deeply as I see. I know your every thought before it forms. Before any word leaves your lips, I know it. Even before you act, I understand every reason, every inner struggle that drives you. You don't have to hide anything from me. There's no need to pretend to be strong. No need to act like everything is fine. I do not love you because you are strong. I love you even when you are weak, when you fall, when you wrestle within. I do not love you because you are always right, but because I am love. And love does not judge, does not demand conditions, does not measure worthiness. I see you and still I love you. No matter how many wounds you carry, how many times you fall, how much remains undone, I continue to call you by your true and noble name, my beloved child. When you feel lost in a crowd, I'm walking right beside you. When you cry out silently from within and no one hears, I am listening to every stifled sob. When you feel small and insignificant in a vast world, I am whispering once more what I declared from the beginning. You are my wondrous creation, not a temporary product, not a broken fragment, but a masterpiece being lovingly shaped day by day within the greatness of my love. I know that sometimes you cannot feel my presence. But oh my child, feelings do not define truth. The sense of abandonment does not mean I have left you. In the very moments when I seem most absent, that is when I am carrying you in my arms. Just as I promised in Isaiah 46, for even to your old age and gray hairs, I am He. I am He who will sustain you. I have made you and I will carry you. I will sustain you and I will rescue you. Have you ever wondered why you are still standing despite all the times you felt like collapsing? Have you ever been surprised that you still hold on to a shred of hope even when everything around you is shrouded in darkness? It is because of me, the one who quietly holds you each day, who renews your strength each morning, and who lifts you up every time you feel like giving up. I have never abandoned you, not once, not even for a single second. My child, stop blaming yourself for your fragile emotions, for your doubts, for those weary moments when your spirit grows faint. These things do not lessen my love for you. On the contrary, they open the door for me to come in, to wipe your tears, to mend what is broken, and to tell you once again, you are mine. You are never alone. I know you, not just your name, but the story behind it. I know you not just outwardly, but the quiet battles you fight inside. I know you not the way the world knows you, but as the one who formed you, who knows every strand of your hair, every dream, every unspoken longing. And because I know, I understand. And because I understand, I love. And because I love, I choose never to leave. So when the darkness comes again, when emotions surge and reason gives way, remember this. You are not alone. I am there. Not loud, not forceful, but faithful and ever ready. I do not ask you to be stronger, only to come to me with honesty. I do not need you to act like you're okay. I simply long for you to open your heart so I can do what only I can do: heal, restore, transform. Let this truth take root deep in your soul. You are the one who is most fully known and yet most completely loved. Not by the world, but by me. Not because of anything grand you've done, but because of who you are. The one I created with purpose, value, and a future. You don't have to chase after meaning elsewhere. Everything you need is already in me. And I am always with you, my beloved child. There is nothing in you that is hidden from my sight. From the beginning until now, and into forever, I have watched over every heartbeat of yours. not with condemnation, but with the eyes of a loving and compassionate Father. I have seen every silent tear fall in that quiet room, the ones no one else saw, no one else wiped away. But I saw. I heard every soft sob in the darkness when you believed no one else remained. I was there, and I have never left. Each time you broke down, each time you struggled in what seemed like an endless battle, I did not turn away. I did not go silent, and I did not judge. On the contrary, I came closer, drawing near to you with my gentle yet mighty presence. You are never alone, not ever, not for a moment. I want you to know that no pain is wasted. No moment of suffering in your life is meaningless. Every trial, every hollow ache, every deep wound, I am using it all to weave something miraculous. Like a master potter shaping clay through pressure and spin, I too am molding your broken pieces into a creation that reflects my glory. It may not be easy for you to understand this now. I know you've asked, why me? Why must it hurt so much? Does anyone truly understand me? And I answer, I do. I have been there. I am still there. Your trembling fears do not drive me away. Your doubts, your unanswered questions, your quiet disappointments, they do not make me disappointed in you. On the contrary, right there in the midst of it all, I see a soul longing for truth, struggling to hold on to faith, even when weary. And how precious that is to me. I know the dreams you've buried, the hopes you once held tightly with both hands, only to slowly let go because you feared they were too lofty, too beautiful to ever come true. I know you once imagined a different future, a place where you could live freely and fully, to love and be loved, to do the very thing you were born to do. But then harsh reality made you retreat inward, hiding those dreams in the deepest corners of your soul, covering them with the dust of realism, of impossibility, of maybe it's just not meant to be. But I have come today to tell you this. Not a single dream I planted in your heart is foolish. The deepest longings, if they are rooted in love and truth, are desires I myself have sown in you. Not to tease you, not to take them back, but to guide you, awaken you, and make you whole in the very purpose I have destined for you. Maybe you no longer have the courage to even pray for those things. Maybe you've grown accustomed to a life of settling, surviving, enduring. But my beloved, I did not create you to live in the shadows of resignation. I designed you to rise, to live fully, to step into a destiny far greater than anything you've dared to imagine. Do you think it's too much, too hard for you? I know, but I also want to remind you with man, this is impossible, but not with God. All things are possible with God. Mark 10:27. What you believe to be impossible is precisely where I begin. What you think could never happen is the very ground I long to break open. And you, yes, you, with all your limitations, wounds, and mistakes, are the one I have chosen to do it. For my power is made perfect in weakness. Stop convincing yourself that the desires in your heart are wrong, childish, or unrealistic. I know every wish you've made, every fear you carry. I see what you hide, even the things you dare not speak, afraid of mockery, disappointment, or that even I will remain silent. But I do not reject those things. On the contrary, I listen with a heart full of compassion, and I say to you, do not throw away your dreams. Place them in my hands. Do not bury your hope. Let me breathe life into it again. You don't need to prove yourself worthy. My love for you does not come after your success or your triumph over failure. It has always been there. Before you ever knew me, I knew you. And now when you feel weak, conflicted, directionless, I still choose you. Not because you are strong enough, but because I am strong enough for both of us. So my child, do not be afraid anymore. Do not continue to live within the limits of old wounds. Dare to dream again. Dare to believe again. Let me take your hand and lead you into a new chapter. a place where even the deepest pain will bear fruit, where forgotten dreams will be rekindled, and where you will see clearly. Every moment of your life carries eternal worth, for I am the Lord your God who knows you. Every pain, every dream, every tear, and I am the one who never misses a thing. I am the one holding all that you've ever dropped, and I am writing your story, filled with love, purpose, and unshakable glory. Even as you face confusion, closed doors, and the constant noise of rejection from the world, listen for my voice, a whisper full of power and gentleness within your spirit. I am not unfamiliar with pain, nor indifferent to your weakness. I see every tear you've shed when no one else understood. I hear the words you cannot form. I am present in your darkest nights when you felt utterly forgotten. And it is there, in the hidden place, that I come to remind you nothing is too hard for me. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. I see the final chapter, even when you're just taking your first steps. When you fall along the way, I do not scold you. Instead, I draw near, reach out my hand and say, "Take my hand." You don't have to walk alone. I did not call you only to leave you to fight by yourself. I called you to walk with you every step, every breath, every trial, every victory. For what I want to do through you is not just a fleeting miracle, but a journey that transforms your life into living proof of my faithfulness. Remember, it was in the wilderness that I brought water from the rock. It was in the desert that I provided manna daily for my people. And when they stood trapped between the Red Sea and their enemies, I split the sea so they could cross on dry ground. Is anything too wondrous for the one who created heaven and earth? If I have done these things in the past, would I not do even greater things for you today? Recall Mark 5:35-36. When they came to Jairus and said his daughter had died, that there was no hope left. But Jesus said, "Don't be afraid, just believe. Even before death, I am life. Even when all hope seems extinguished, I am the one who can breathe life back into what seemed lost. Just as I raised Jairus' daughter, I can resurrect your dreams, your love, your faith. I do not shy away from death, for I am life itself. My beloved child, it is time for you to rise, no longer bound by fear or the past. It is time to break the invisible chains, the words others have spoken, the failures that discouraged you, the limits you've imposed on yourself. I do not see you through the lens of mistakes. I see you through eyes full of grace and purpose. You are my marvelous creation, wonderfully woven, destined for greater things than you imagine, my child. You are not a mistake. You are not a product of chance. You were born in this time, in this place, in these circumstances, not by coincidence, but by my design. Just as Esther was made for such a time as this, I have placed you where you are because there is something I desire to accomplish through you. I am preparing you for a mission that only you can fulfill, and even if you feel inadequate, remember your weakness is the very place where my power is most fully revealed. 2 Corinthians 12:9. So rise up, my child, not in your own strength, but in the strength of the one who called you. Lift your head high, for your name is engraved on the palm of my hand. Walk forward, for you do not walk alone. Heaven is behind you, and I am with you always. Do not let your past bind your future. Do not let the words of the world drown out my promises. Every time your heart trembles, remember what I have spoken. I am faithful. I am unchanging. What I began, I will also finish. And do you know something? Even when you have lost faith in yourself, I have never stopped believing in you. Even when you've rejected yourself, I have still chosen you. My love for you does not waver with your achievements or your failures. That love is an unshakable foundation, an unquenchable fire, a divine symphony still playing amid the clamor of this world. I do not require you to be perfect, only willing. I do not wait for you to become strong before I use you. Rather, in your weakness, I will do my most wondrous work. Your trembling hands can write new chapters for many others if only you will place the pen in mine. Your cracked heart can overflow with my presence if only you will open it. I do not need a flawless person. I need a person who knows they are made complete only in me. Remember Peter, an ordinary fisherman who even denied me 3 times. Yet after being restored, he stood before the crowds and boldly proclaimed the gospel, and thousands were saved in a single day. If I could use someone like him, could I not also use you? I do not choose based on credentials. I choose based on a willing heart. And your heart, though trembling, is turned toward me, and that is all I need. My child, do not let the voice of the world drown out mine. Do not let delay cause you to doubt my plan. I never promised the road would always be smooth, but I did promise to always be present. I never said the storms would not come, but I did say I would be your refuge amid the whirlwind. I am the one who slept peacefully in the storm-tossed boat, and with just a word calmed the wind and the wave. If the sea obeys me, then surely the storms within your soul are no exception. So come near to me. Lay down the silent burdens you have carried for far too long. Dare to believe that I can not only change your circumstances, but I can transform you. I did not come to merely heal the surface, but to renew you completely from the inside out. Every scar you bear is not a mark of failure, but a testament of victory. Because you did not fall, because I was there, and because you are still standing here, reading these words with a heart that beats for me. My beloved, do not wait for someday. Today, I am calling you, not first to a task, but to a relationship. I want you to know me, love me, trust me. And from that sacred place, I will lead you into wonders no eye has seen, no ear has heard, no heart has imagined. For I am the one who makes the promise, and I am the one who fulfills it. So will you step out? Will you believe that I am greater than your fear? Will you trust that you were not made to live in the shadow of doubt, but to shine in the light of divine calling? If you say yes, then remember, the sky is no longer the limit, for the limitless one lives within you. And wherever I am, there is always hope. My dearly beloved child, listen closely, for in this moment, I am whispering to your spirit a sacred invitation, not simply to keep walking as before, but to step into a deeper realm of faith where it is just you and me, where the familiar is surrendered and the miraculous begins to bloom. I am calling you out of the comfort zone, out of the familiar boat where you have taken refuge when the winds begin to rise. But my child, it is right in the midst of the waves, where the waters tremble, where reason cries impossible, that I am reaching out, inviting you to walk on what cannot be walked, to fix your eyes on me, and not be pulled under by the storm around you. You, like Peter of old, cannot walk by the understanding of the flesh. But if your gaze stays on me, the one who never changes, then the supernatural will unfold beneath your feet. You are not defined by what you have done or what others have spoken over you, not by failures, wounds, or abandoned dreams. You are defined by what I declare about you. And I say, you are mine, chosen, loved, and set apart for an eternal purpose. When I created you, there was no mistake. Every detail, body, soul, and spirit, was woven together by my own hand. You are a masterpiece of the Creator, not an accident of circumstance. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. Psalm 139, verse 14. Within you lies potential far beyond what you've dared to believe, not by your strength, but because I have placed my very spirit within you. My child, in this age of darkness, I call you to be a light that cannot be hidden. In the midnight of pain and lostness, you are a beacon of hope, a refuge where weary souls can return, not because you are perfect, but because my light shines brilliantly through you. I do not need you to be a flawless statue. I need you to be a vessel, even one once cracked, now mended by love and grace. And it is through those very cracks that my light will shine. You are a vessel of my love, grace, and mercy. Through you, others will taste the healing that only heaven can give. Through your life, I will dry tears, bind wounds, and awaken faith in the hopeless. Do not underestimate the little you have, for in my hands, even the smallest offering becomes a miracle for the multitude. Just as 5 loaves and 2 fish fed thousands through the hands of a child, so I will multiply what you give. And my child, you are not only a bearer of love, you are a warrior in my army, one forged in the fire of trial, not broken by hardship, but standing firm with the sword of my word in hand. I have equipped you with impenetrable armor, truth, righteousness, faith, salvation, and the living word, Ephesians 6. Not because you are stronger than others, but because the one who dwells in you is greater than anything in this world. 1 John 4:4. You are more than a conqueror, not by your own victories, but because I, the one who defeated death and rose in glory, live in you. You conquer because you choose to stand in the light when darkness calls. You overcome because you hold fast to faith even in the storm. And beyond all this, you are more than a conqueror because my love will never leave you. Who shall separate us from the love of Christ? Shall tribulation or persecution or sword? No, for as I have spoken in Romans 8:37-39, in all these things you are more than a conqueror through him who loved you. Neither death nor life, angels nor powers, present nor future, nothing, neither height nor depth can separate you from that love. Etch this deep in your heart. You do not walk alone. Every step you take is marked by my faithfulness. When you grow weary, I will lift you. When you are lost, I will be the light to guide you. When you doubt, I will be the gentle voice in the dark. And when you are willing, I will do the unimaginable through your very life. My child, I am calling you now not to live a shallow life of faith, but to walk a life led by the power of my Spirit. I don't want you to trust me only in ease. I want you to trust me in the storm, in the days without answers, in the places where all you see is unclear. Because it is faith rooted in the wilderness that brings forth new life. You are called not to hide, but to shine. Not merely to survive, but to triumph. Not only to wait for miracles, but to become a miracle for others. And I will go with you every step, every hour, every season. So my child, are you ready? Are you willing to place your foot on the water, to leave behind the boat of the familiar, and take my hand, walking amid the waves? Don't wait for the winds to still, for I am peace in the storm. Don't wait until you are enough, for I am fullness in your lack. I have called you, I have chosen you, and I will be with you until the very end. My beloved child, where these words touch the deepest places of your heart, where wounds still ache, where fear still whispers in the night, where you still silently ask, can I really keep going? Know this, I am still here. Just as I called you out of the boat to walk on water, to keep your eyes on me through the wind and waves, I also want you to know that I am not just the one who calls. I am the one who walks with you. I don't just point the way, I walk it beside you. And in every battle you will face, I have already gone ahead of you, even before you knew it. I am not distant. I do not stand on high merely to observe. I am your shield, your strength when you are weak, your shelter when the storms surround you. I never grow weary, never retreat, and never disappear. Imagine this. Every time you tremble before a closed door, I am already there with the key in my hand. Every time you feel as if you're falling with no end, it is my arms that have caught you, my child. I fight for you. So many times I have shielded you from things you never even knew, plots, traps, and unseen arrows. Sometimes you thought you overcame by your own strength, but it was I who went before you to prepare the way, who stood behind you to guard, and who surrounded you with my very presence. Do you remember when Moses led the Israelites out of Egypt? I did not only part the Red Sea, I was the pillar of fire by night, the cloud by day, and I myself fought Pharaoh for them. And today I am still the one who fights for you, even in your loneliest hours. Know this, I am whispering peace into your heart. I do not whisper to drown out the noise, but to remind you that in the midst of chaos, I am the calm voice, gentle and full of power. When you cry alone, I wipe your tears. When you do not know what to say, I listen to the words you cannot express. I will never abandon you. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. And I am not only your God, I am your friend. A faithful friend who never breaks a promise. A friend who does not leave when you fail, who does not turn away when you stumble. I walk with you through every season, through tears and laughter, through sunshine and rain. I do not only stand with you when you are strong. I am closest when your heart is faint. I do not condemn your doubts nor scold you when you lose your way. I come close and say, let me walk with you. I know you completely. Every small joy, every hidden fear, every dream you keep tucked inside. And I do not overlook a single one. Nothing is too great for me to hear, and nothing is too small for me to care about. Because my love for you is not only vast, it is delicate, profound, and full of kindness. My child, remember also that I am your Savior, not with words, but with the very blood I poured out. When you were still far away, I loved you. When you were still in sin, I forgave you. When you were shackled in darkness, I descended to the depths, bore your sin upon myself, and brought you out into my marvelous light. I died for you, not out of weakness, but because love knows no bounds. And then I rose again, so that every day you live would be a resurrection, arising from failure, despair, and old guilt. You are no longer a slave, no longer chained to the past, no longer bound to the shadows. You belong to the light. You belong to me, and I am your everything in all things. When you are in need, I am your provider. When you are weary, I am your strength. When your heart is broken, I am your healer. When you are alone, I am your companion. When you rejoice, I share your joy. I am hope in the night, the dawn after the longest darkness, the joy that defies circumstances, the peace that surpasses understanding. I am the flame that never dies, the well that never runs dry, the rock that cannot be shaken. So, my beloved child, take heart. Let my words become the truth that anchors your soul. Like an anchor steadies a ship in the storm. Do not let fear define your steps. Do not let the world extinguish the light you carry. Be encouraged, for I am with you, not once, not for a season, but forever, unchanging. I will not forsake you. Though you may grow tired, stumble, or weep, I will be within you, upholding you, and I will never fail. Nothing I have begun in you will be left unfinished. No promise I have spoken will return void. I will complete the work I have started in you. You are mine, and I am yours. Nothing can separate us. No time, no failure, no battle, no power can sever this love. My beloved child, pause for a moment and listen, not with your ears of flesh, but with a heart wide open. From the first word I spoke, one truth has echoed in your spirit. Walk by faith. But today I call you deeper, not merely to walk, but to fully live the promises I've spoken over you, even when they go beyond your understanding. Far past the boundaries you've drawn for yourself. I am calling you to trust in my promises, even when they seem far beyond your capacity. You may look around and see hardships and limitations, and feel that you are not strong enough, talented enough, or positioned to stand out. But remember, my promises do not depend on your ability. They rest upon my character. I kept my word to Abraham, to David, to Ezra and Jeroboam. And today I want you to step into that same current of promise. The faith I invite you into is not a surge of emotion, not a fleeting high. It is a covenant of heart between you and me. It is when you dare to say, I don't understand where I'm going, But I believe, as Abraham did, that the Father has spoken, and I will walk because of his word. Like Abraham, you will not see the destination. I do not draw the map for you, but I say, follow me. You might say, I feel unworthy. But my child, it is in your unworthiness that I reveal my power. Remember Gideon? When I called him, he was hiding, trembling, thinking himself too small to carry any burden. But I said to him, I give you the title of mighty warrior. Through him I saved Israel from enemies far greater than he. I still use the weak, the humble, and the overlooked, so that my name may shine in power. Today, I look at you the same way, not through what you have done, but through the nature of your heart. If your heart is willing to yield, if you dare to surrender to me, I will pour out my strength, my wisdom, and my glory into your life. You do not need to be strong, you only need to believe. Believe that I am greater than every obstacle, that I have a good plan for you, that I will use you for an eternal purpose. I do not give you promises because you are strong today, but because I am faithful, and my word never changes. Every word I have spoken since the beginning of creation endures forever. These promises are like seeds planted deep in your soul, like underground streams in a desert, hidden, alive, and growing even when unseen, until the day they burst forth into a tree crowned in sunlight, a garden blooming with life. I want you to walk into the destiny I have prepared. Regardless of how many times you have failed, how often you have fallen, every scar you carry is not the mark of failure, but the evidence of my power at work, lifting you up. When Joseph was sold into slavery, falsely accused by Pharaoh's wife, thrown into prison, it was in that very darkness that I shaped him into a prince, the one who saved a nation from famine. He said, "You meant evil against me, but God meant it for good, to save many lives." Genesis 50, verse 20. And you know what? That same story is being fulfilled in your life. I can turn any circumstance into the canvas for my glory to shine through you. The faith I am calling you into is not a feeling. It is a decision to walk in my kingdom, even when you cannot see the destination. It means placing your hand in mine, walking forward into light that only illuminates one step at a time. Every step taken in faith will bring you into new lands, into things beyond your wildest dreams. You will see my promises are not just words, they are breath, alive and moving within you. I do not leave you with hollow magic. I cause those words to become a hidden stream within, soaking deep and then rising through your life like living water. I am calling you into purpose, not for the sake of reaching a place of honor, but so that my name may blaze brightly through your life. The miracles, the signs, the hearts made whole, they are not meant to bring you praise, but to reveal me, that others might see me in you and believe. Look at the image of Daniel in the furnace. 3 young men trusted in me, and though they were thrown into the fire, they were not consumed. Daniel stepped out from the flames without a single burn. But here's the deeper truth. I was the one who walked with them in the fire. I was the one who held them by my power, though the flames roared around them. My child, I am calling you to live like Daniel, unafraid of fire, unshaken by cowardly hearts, unfazed by loneliness, because I am with you even in the midst of the trial by fire. You may feel weak, but your weakness is the stage where my power shines. How will I do this? Through your quiet prayers, through the surrender you offer me when fear fills your heart, through every step you take, even with trembling feet, when your hand is still clasped in mine. And as you walk, I will open doors, doors you thought could never be opened, doors you didn't even have the strength to knock on. I myself am the open door. You will find peace in the eye of the storm, because I am the master of the wind and the waves. You will find new hope each morning, even when the night before held no way out. For I am the hope that does not disappoint, the peace that cannot be shaken, the joy that is not tied to circumstances or understanding. I want you to understand there is no place I cannot take you, so long as you are willing to trust in my word. Even in death, I have overcome. I rose again, and that same word pulls you out of death daily. The death of withering, of bitterness, of sin. You are living as one who is resurrected when you allow my righteousness, my grace, and my love to reign in you. So today, once more, I invite you. Place your trust in my promise, even when it defies all logic. Walk by faith, even when the full picture is hidden. Trust in my presence, even when you cannot feel it clearly. Be ready to be used by me, not because of your strength, but because my power is with you. Give me a hand surrendered, and I will place that hand upon my very to discover. Where you see weakness, limitations, and wounds, I see strength, resilience, and hidden potential beneath the dust of life. I know you may be thinking you're not good enough, not worthy enough, not talented enough, not holy enough, but I'm not asking for sufficiency. I'm asking for presence. I don't call those who are ready by human standards. I make ready those I call. I do not need perfection. I need someone who knows they need me. I do not seek strength from within you, but a surrendered heart that simply says, "Here I am, Lord, use me." I don't need you to come with a flawless plan. You don't need to bring me every strategy, every answer, every step. I don't need your blueprint. I need your faith. A faith that trusts even when it cannot see. A faith that steps forward though your legs still tremble. A faith that does not wait for certainty, but chooses to believe in the one who is always sure. And in all of this, I still choose you, not because you are strong, but because I want to be strong through you. Not because you are capable, but because my power is made perfect in your weakness. I don't need your glorious past. I need your present, your today, right now, with a sincere heart, with breath still in your lungs, with hands ready to lift and say, "I am willing." I do not need the talent you've tried to build to impress others. I need your presence, a soul that listens, a heart that trusts. I can teach you all you do not yet know. I can give you wisdom, favor, and power to do what you've never done. But there is one thing I will not force: your willingness. That must come from you. Know this: I am not waiting for you to become someone else in order to call you. I called you while you were still doubting. I drew near while you were still hiding. I lifted you up before you even tried to rise. Because my love is not a reward for the deserving. It is the power that transforms the broken. Do not think your weakness disqualifies you. It is precisely in your weakness that my power will be revealed. Do not let fear become your reason to stop. I do not demand perfect courage. I only ask that you take a step, and when you step, I will go with you. When you say yes, I will do the rest. I am not asking you to do everything at once. I am inviting you to be faithful in the little, a genuine prayer, an act of love, a step of faith. Each small thing will become the foundation for the greater things I long to do. For the miraculous does not begin with grand gestures, but with simple obedience. My beloved child, as time rushes like an ever-flowing stream and your heart at times sinks beneath the unnamed burdens of life, I, the unchanging one, am still speaking to you, still gently placing my hand on your shoulder, still calling you by a sacred name that no one else can carry. Chosen. My dear one, I am calling you not merely to live a life that survives, but to walk into a life filled with faith, filled with power, and filled with purpose. This is not a casual invitation. It is a call from the very depths of my heart, where eternal plans were woven before you were formed in your mother's womb. I saw you before anyone else did, and I chose you before you could ever choose me. I am not just calling you to live with purpose. I long for you to embrace the destiny I wrote uniquely for your life. It is a destiny like no other. a path no one else can walk in your place, and a complete plan prepared step by step with boundless love. These plans were not born of chance, but are the result of my love, my will, and my infinite wisdom. Do not think the destiny I have for you is too great for you to carry. Yes, it is beyond your own strength, but it is not beyond the power I have placed within you. I did not choose you because you are enough. I chose you because I am enough for everything you lack. I am granting you authority, not one that comes from position, education, or the applause of men. This authority comes from the cross, from the blood of the Lamb, from my resurrection, and from the truth that you are found in me, the one who has conquered even death. You are not merely a believer. You are a bearer of holy power, able to move mountains, able to say to the darkness, "Step back, for the light has come." And I am calling you to be light in the midst of night, a lamp not hidden under a table, but lifted high to shine for all in the house. This world is sinking in the shadows of despair, confusion, and deception. But I do not fear the dark, and I have sent you to be the reflection of my light in that very place. You will be the voice of hope, not because you have all the answers, but because you know me, the way, the truth, and the life. While others are left with only sighs, you will stand in the gap between them and me, reaching out your hand and saying, "There is a way, there is one who hears your cry." More than that, you are a vessel of my love, a conduit of life, forgiveness, and healing to the broken. Through you, others will encounter me, not through sermons full of intellect, but through a heart that loves as I love, hands that lift others up, and eyes that see the value of those the world has forgotten. My beloved, I am calling you to be a difference maker, not in the way the world celebrates, not the most skilled or the wealthiest or the most well-known, but one who lives faithful to every word I speak. One who dares to stand alone if necessary. One who dares to love even when not loved in return. One who dares to keep going even when there are no immediate results. And I will use you if you are willing. And I promise you this, when you walk in faith, when you cling to my promises as though they are all you have, then in that very moment, I will move. I will transform your life in ways even your wildest dreams never imagined. I will gather every broken piece in you, every painful memory, every stumble, every time you blamed yourself for not being enough, and I will mend them with love, with mercy, and with eternal patience. And from those fragments I will create a masterpiece, a radiant life, like a vessel of pure gold refined by fire. Remember my words, I do not need a perfect faith. I only need a living one, even faith the size of a mustard seed. If you place it in my hands, I will grow it into a sturdy tree, a refuge for birds, a shelter for future generations. Some things you do today will bear fruit in the lives of people you'll never meet. Some words you speak now will become seeds for a harvest yet to come. And in all these things, I will be with you, not occasionally, not coming and going, not only if you are worthy. I am with you every single day, even to the end of the age. Though you walk through fire, the flame shall not consume you. Though you pass through the waters, they shall not sweep you away. For I am the one who holds you in the palm of my hand. So, my beloved child, do not hesitate. Do not turn back. Do not live as though you were not chosen. You have been called, you've been anointed, you have been sent. Rise up, step out, let me live through you, and then you will see. The life I have prepared for you is not one of mediocrity, but a life radiant in my light, filled with my spirit, and recorded for eternity in the books of heaven. My precious child, this morning as the first light touched the earth, as the birds lifted their voices in song to greet the day, your name was spoken in the courts of eternity. Not by chance, not by mistake, but by me, the Almighty God, who called you by name. Your name, your soul, your destiny, All have been etched upon my heart since before the foundations of the world. I have called you because I have a plan for your life, a plan like no other, not copied, not repeated. A plan handcrafted for you by my own hands. Every moment, every step, every opportunity and trial, they are all being woven together in my eternal wisdom to lead you into the deepest purpose I have ordained for you. You are not anonymous. You are not lost in the vastness of the world. You are a vital part of my divine design. My child, arise, cast off the heavy garments of the past, shake the dust of insecurity from your soul. Stop seeing yourself through the eyes of others. I am calling you forth to step into the fullness of the calling I have placed upon you. Do not wait until you feel ready. Do not wait for perfection, for my calling is not based on your material readiness or skill. It is based on the willingness of your heart. Live in that calling, not with burdens, but with boldness, not in fear, but in trust, not by your own strength, but through the power I give. I do not call you only to leave you alone. No, my child, I go with you. I go before you, I lift you when you are weak. I hold you when you feel like falling. I am your God, the one who never leaves. Not because of your mistakes, not because of your failures, not because of your doubts, your wanderings, or your weariness. My love is unconditional. My presence has no expiration. My promises never change. Even when the world tries to extinguish your hope, even when others walk away, even when you no longer believe in yourself, I still believe, still wait, still call. For you are not just a soul saved. You are my beloved. Not because of what you do for me, but because of who you are. The child in whom I delight, the one I never stop thinking about. The soul I protect with the very blood of my only son. In my eyes, you are more precious than gold, more treasured than jewels, stronger than you think, more anointed than you know, and more loved than you've ever felt. And my child, do not be afraid of the greatness I have placed before you. I did not call you to be crushed by the weight of it. I called you to walk in glory, to see my hand move, to touch lives, and so that through you my name may be glorified. You and I, we will do great things, not by the world's standards, but by heaven's values. We will reach the brokenhearted. We will bring light to dark places. We will stand firm amidst a shaking world. We will do eternal things, things that transcend the limits of flesh, because I am in you and you are in me. This is the moment. This is the hour. Do not look back. Do not shrink away. Rise up, step out. Live not as who you once were, but as the one who has been called. For I am your God, and you are my beloved. And together we will write the next chapter, a story of grace, of miracles, of victory, and of love that never ends. Prayer, O Almighty God, I bow before your holy presence. I surrender fully to your will. Though my heart still trembles, though I may hesitate at times, today I choose to say yes. Lead me in all things, Lord. Though I do not see the whole path, I trust the one who has marked the way. Use me for the noble purpose you have ordained. Lord, help me live fully in the calling you have placed upon me. Open my eyes to see what you are doing, and give me the courage to step into the great things you have prepared. I do not want to live an ordinary life. I want a life that brings glory to your name. Lord, I thank you for never leaving me. Even in my darkest hours, when I thought I was alone, you were there. My precious child, you have not arrived here by accident. Every word you heard was meant for your heart, crafted by my hand, spoken into your moment. But this is only the beginning. There is more I desire to reveal to you. More healing, more wisdom, more of my presence awaiting you in the days to come. So return here often. Make this a resting place for your soul. Let these words be water to your weary spirit. Each video another step deeper into my promise for you. Subscribe now, not just to this channel, but to the journey I have laid before you. And activate the bell, because the next message may be the answer you've been praying for. Come back again and again, for I am not finished with you. Your next breakthrough may be just one video away. Amen.